Hello, it's your boy Gamer Ryan 3587 coming back at you with another live stream playing NBA 2K25 OKC Thunder NBA's Finals champs. If you're new, don't forget to comment, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell to know when I go live on YouTube. Also comment, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow my social media, GamerRyan3587 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Also, let's aim for 50 likes and subs. It will really help my channel grow. Thank you. Peace.
And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hey, Shams, for the Bulls, the overall approach has seemed to be steady as she goes. Let's stay in our lane. Business as usual. But do you think that'll continue?
And business has been good, Kevin. One of the best attendance rates in the league. But listen, this is a Bulls organization that has to figure out its right direction and see how they can continue to build and find a way to build from the ground up and reach new heights, whether it is going a more rebuilding route, more in the middle route, versus going and really taking big swings. I think this is an organization that is very much trying to find their direction.
Oh, you're kind of setting the table. A lot could happen with this team. Good stuff. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. Now here's Vucevic. And yes, it's good.
Not often you see a big like Vucevic pull off that kind of move.
Here's Hartenstein, and he drops it in from the low post.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players over in Europe. In any of those regions, they do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States to play basketball at the highest level in the NBA. And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of flux, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone Anthony Edwards to look up to.
His touch from mid-range, and that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there.
Oh, Josh Giddey showing you he can get up.
Wallace misses. Bulls trail by 3. White, wide open, he fires. good from outside.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
2 points. That one goes.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular one.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
So the Thunder, their last game, a loss to the Nuggets in Ball Arena. Quite a good look. Again, Chicago.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And Trey Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Jack. Williams comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Wallace. Yes, that goes in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Williams. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's White. He's got 7. Here's the 3. That's off. It's his 4th miss in 7 tries.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Flagler. And Jones pulls it down. The Bulls leading by 3. Over in the corner, White. A 3-pointer is right on target. White's got 10 points.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Chicago has gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Oklahoma City foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Bulls. Number 3. Josh.
With 1 on the clock, and there's Collins on the assist by Buzelis.
Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbound.
Kobe White, he's been feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for Chicago. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Joe. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Wallace in at the 1. The Thunder shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Jones, no luck. So the Bulls, their last game, a win against Milwaukee. And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your, like I'm talking to my teenage daughter, what is your screen time like? you've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a little high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Thunder trailing by 5. And Shams, like us, you travel all over the country for the NBAs. You go to the games. You're talking with the general managers, the coaches, the big-name players. That aside, do you have a favorite city that you like to visit?
You're putting me on the spot here, Kevin. Listen, I love going to L.A. because you see multiple teams coming in with the Clippers and the Lakers. So I love to be proficient. I love being efficient, Kevin. I love making the best use of my time. What's your favorite NBA?
I've got 3, and it's been 3 since I got in the league in '82. I like Miami, I like New York, and I like Boston. Every city has got charm, right? But those 3 cities have kind of stuck out to me. I enjoy it a lot.
Those are the best of the best, Kevin. You're picking the best cities in the league. We got to go to Sacramento one of these days. Let's go to
I love
Charlotte.
Sacramento. I had a chance to go to Sacramento one time. I love Sacramento.
Those crowds get rowdy. I was there for their playoff series against the Warriors when they snapped a 16-year drought. Those fans are the loudest that I've seen since I've been here.
They love their king. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Osumu, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Kobe White in for Kevin Huerter. Vucevic down low. He's guarded by Williams. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason, and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pull in the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Got that bucket in no time at all. Weigler's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, White. Pass to Dosunmu. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his first foul. Trey Jones is checked in for Josh Giddey.
Coming onto the floor for your goal.
Oklahoma City on D. They trail by 3. Over in the corner, White.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Back to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point, Vucevic a force around the rim.
Flagler, and it's off from 3-point range.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
The Bulls leading by 6.
Oklahoma City foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Thunder trailing by 8. Wiggins inside the line. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. That one goes in. Dosunmu's got 7 points.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
Shams, it's been fun. And you know what? It's been too short. So you got to promise you're going to come back and give us some more inside information on the NBA. We have loved every second having you here courtside with us tonight.
Sorry I was not able to break any big news on air this time, but you know what? My phone's ringing, so maybe next time.
Let me look at you. Wait a moment. That is big news! Holy cow! Come back sooner than later, okay?
Thank you.
So great to have Shams stop by. You can see his passion for the game in every word he said.
Now, you can't work as hard as Shams does without having a passion for the NBA. It's not easy to be that plugged in.
They get the rebound. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. On the wing, Dosunmu. Defended by Dort. And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
To the paint. Here's Wiggins. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. No good on the second free throw. Wide the pass to Williams. And there's the call on Lou Dort. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Bulls have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Patrick Williams.
He's perfect from the line this time. Now Hartenstein. And so it's Chicago, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the... Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
You know, right now for the Thunder, they didn't come out the gates the way they hoped. Took the L, but they don't think that represents who they are.
Well, and how about that first half? Let's talk about Nikola Vucevic. He has been dialed in.
He's wrecking those boys in the lane.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. The guard set is Giddey and White. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
And that one is good from Hartenstein.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And this is why many are excited about Giddey's future, showing how dangerous he can be on offense.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Dort misses.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Pass to Giddey. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Cason Wallace. He's checked in for Dort. Outside Williams. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shoots. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Williams has got 14 points for the game.
What a confident play there from Jalen Williams, putting his shot right up and in.
Over in the corner, Dosunmu. White finds Dosunmu. Pass to Giddey. Fires the 3. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Pulls up on the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Number 1, the Thunder.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
Williams kicks to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Nice shot by Wallace.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Giddey. And he gets the bucket. Giddey's got 9 points here in the second half. Thunder trailing by 19. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
And White understands his role on this team. They look to him to drain that jumper.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Bulls making the switch here. Bruce Ellis is checked in.
Checking into the game for your Bulls, number 13.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
And the defense right now just guessing what they need to do to shut down Josh Giddey.
Thunder trailing by 18. Chang, no luck. Now here's Giddey. He's got 23. Hits it from three-point range.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Here's Williams. 16 points for him. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Always a battle when you're up against Vucevic. His soft touch helps him convert inside.
Kept alive. Here's Mitchell. Makes it off the glass.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Pass to Buzelis. Misses the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Aside Williams. The three. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Dosunmu's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
The Bulls leading by 18. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Chicago making some changes. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Kevin Huerter comes in for Dosunmu. And Trey Jones up in for Josh Giddey. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Good work there as it goes. And the Bulls lead by 20.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Huerter finds an open teammate.
Took him no time at all on that one. 22 points for Williams.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Jones, the pass to White. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He gets that one. Dort's got his second bucket of the night.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Chicago shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. He's off on the first.
Now, Huerter doesn't get to the line a ton. Let's see what he does here.
Good on the second free throw. Thunder trailing by 18. For 3. Joe can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Caruso. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Josh Giddey making things happen. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So the Thunder 5 right now. Jalen Williams is out there with Aaron Wiggins. And it's Alex Caruso. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Dort in at the 2. And it's Wiggins missing. The Bulls leading by 15. Kicks it out to Jones. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Caruso, no good. The Bulls shooting around 60% of the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Here's Jones, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Thunder trailing by 17. And it's Wiggins missing. Outside, Jones. Collins wide open, he fires. And the 3 off target. Here's Dort. It's rebounded by Huerter.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid it straight up and in.
Collins, good.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Make some noise, Chicago. Here is your
Ozumu is checked in for Chicago. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Knocks down the three ball.
And the scoring just goes up and up every year for Shea. That pull-up jumper, that's confirmation of how good he is.
And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
personal foul. First team foul.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. No coverage that time. And the Bulls lead by 19.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Bulls, Vucevic checked in for Collins. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And it's Kobe White in for Kevin Huerter. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Giddy's got 29 in the game.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
And the shot goes in.
Such an improved part of SGA's game. Love his passing skills.
An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
The offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Now here's Dosunmu, covered by Joe. That one drops for him.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Josh Giddey.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Williams outside. Chicago grabs the miss. And here is Giddey. And stolen by Caruso. That's good from Williams on the assist by Chang.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
Here's White, and he makes good on the layup. White's got 20.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Here's Chang. Nailed from three-point land.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
The Bulls leading by 13. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Josh Giddey.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Friend, some early success for Josh Giddey in the NBA. When you look at his game, what do you like most?
I love the vision, Kevin. This guy is one of the most creative passers that the NBA has and is willing to take some risks. And the reason he does that is he has confidence in his teammates. But that vision by Josh Giddey is something special.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
The line for the Bulls, Trey.
And he sinks the second. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The shot's good.
Alex Caruso.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way.
Enough left. And that's going to end this live stream. If you did the live stream broadcast or shorts, don't forget to comment, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Also follow my social media, GamerRyan3587 on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Also, yeah, let's aim for 50 likes and subs for this video, and it'll really help the channel grow. Also, stay cool out there, stay happy, and trust in the Lord whatever you do with all your heart. Thank you. Peace.